Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Dead Linger Alpha Build 009C. Looks like I've kind of started in a interesting situation, so hopefully I won't die. Screw it, I don't want the rest of these guys swarming me. But anyways, right now we are still on the pursuit for the elusive sledgehammer. I don't know where one is, I don't know if I'll find one. It'll be exciting if I do, mildly depressing if I don't. Let's just leave it at that for now. So one thing I wanted to address is the length of the last video, episode 6. And I know that you guys have been wanting to see videos that are, 20 plus minutes, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Unfortunately, 4 days a week, I have to go to a real job where I work 12 hours a day, so it doesn't leave me a whole lot of time to record, encode, and upload. So that's why the last episode, and possibly this episode, might be a little bit shorter than some of the previous episodes you've seen. I kind of started uploading videos on one of my weekends, and that's why most of the first, well, not even the first couple, but most of the few that I started with are, between 15 to 20 minutes. And those will be the length of the normal episodes on my days off. So, just in case you were wondering, that is the reason why the last episode was only about 12 or 13 minutes. So yeah. Man, I am just not having any luck with these sledgehammers. I know they said they upped the spawn rate. I know they said that they are going to spawn in garages more, but to be perfectly honest, I am just not seeing it. This is a big housing development, and I've been through a lot of houses, and still not seen one. There's a plunger in every bathroom, but for whatever reason, people don't have sledgehammers in their garages. And that's a little disappointing because barricading is really supposed to be what sets this game apart from other zombie survival games. You can barricade yourself in a house, you can board up the windows, you can build a fence, you can build a tree fort if you'd like. But unfortunately, you can't do that without a sledgehammer. And finding one just does not seem to be in the cards at this stage in the game. I mean, I could probably run through all these houses and still not find one. So we're going to keep looking. If I don't find one by the time I hit this forest, I'm certainly going to just run right in and see if I can find a cabin, which also, from the sounds of things, are relatively rare to find. But we'll see. One thing I have yet to find in a world, and I know they said they upped the spawn rate of them, just like the sledgehammers, and they added the ability to spawn in them, are the prisons. I have still yet to see one. Yet to, experience the glory that is a zombie-filled hellhole for myself. So, I'm kind of hoping that eventually I'm going to run into one of those. Because let's face it, what good are these videos unless I'm going to find new and destructive things to do with the weapons I'm given? So yeah, it really does not look like any of these houses are going to have a sledgehammer. Or with my luck, that house right there, which I'm not going to check, is going to have a sledgehammer, and this one that I'm going to check won't. But who knows? The mystery of game development, I guess. Nope, that's a board. Oh. I didn't know you could actually pick the wood up, but apparently you can. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to hit this last house. Sorry. He looked like he was glitched. Either that or having far too much fun for his zombies, so he had to die. But anyways, I'm going to check this house and then run into the woods. Let's see if I can't find something interesting to look at. You know, I see all these videos on the TDL forums and pictures of people building stuff and, you know, finding the cabin or in the prison. It's just like, geez, you know, what is wrong with my worlds that I just do not have these things happening? Yeah, well, it appears like some of the trees are glitched out there. Unless they were really meant to be slanted. I don't mind though. That's not a big deal. It's a good thing I found that. Oh! Holy shit! That's amazing! You know, I've opened my inventory a couple times now and I didn't notice it, but holy shit, I still have the backpack. And it's the friggin' awesome one that I found a little while ago. That is awesome. I'm glad they fixed that. I would have been extremely disappointed if they hadn't. Alright, so I guess we're in what would be considered the woods. I really hope, you know, I understand that there's limitations to what they can do with their current engine. They said they're going to do some overhauling or, you know, from the sound of it, maybe even switch engines, because right now they're using Ogre. And, you know, I understand why this forest isn't, you know, thick, packed, tree to tree, you know, can't see 15 feet ahead of you because there's so many trees and bushes and rocks. But, you know, I really hope that if they do overhaul this or switch to a different engine, I really hope that we can get some forests in here that are, you know, cram-packed full of trees, even though there are the limitations of what your computer can handle. You know, I wouldn't even mind if this is how the trees looked, you know, for the rest of the game. You know, everything else could be beautiful and these trees could still look like this, which, granted, they aren't bad. You know, they're not terrible. I like them. But, you know, some people might find them a little bit rigid, you know, some of the textures on them are admittedly a little bit low res. So, but I'm fine with that, you know, they're trees. They're not supposed to do anything except for stand there. You're not interacting with them, well, unless you're chopping them down. But, for the most part, they're going to do what they're doing right now. They're just going to chill. Unless they start walking, which I assume would be a glitch. But, you know, I'm fine with how they look. I just wish there were more of them. Because, you know, walking through this forest, it does not feel claustrophobic. At all. I mean, there's no way for a zombie to just suddenly, you know, catch me off guard out here. You know, this guy, not catching me off guard. And now look what happened to him. So, I do hope that eventually that is addressed at some point. But who knows. I don't have a top-of-the-line computer, as you can probably tell. You know, I've got a GTX 570. You know, I'm a generation behind on the graphics cards. You know, next year I'll probably be 2 generations behind. You know, I've got an Intel a 2500K. It not overclocked. It's just a 4-core, 3.4 gigahertz processor. So, I mean, no hyper-threading, nothing special. I'm still on the last generation, which was Sandy Bridge, I think. I think the new generation is Ivy Bridge. And holy fuck, that might be a cabin. Yeah, so the point I'm trying to get across is my computer is not anywhere near top of the line. You're not getting a total biscuit quality video here where he's running, you know, the NVIDIA Titan cards, and he's got the, you know, he does this for a living. He has the money where he can keep his system up to date to give the best quality videos. One thing I will add, though, is in the next week or two, I will be ordering the Aver Media Live Gamer Portable, and hopefully this will take care of some performance issues, and hopefully it'll also allow me to have less downtime between recording a video, encoding the video, and uploading the video. Alright, anyways, let's get back to this. Let's see if there's anything special, anything redeeming about this cabin. I'm hoping that there is a sledge in here. If there isn't, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Looks like that nice zombie just decided to leave me alone now that I'm in the cabin. There's some food, hatchets. You know, I was under the impression from the, ooh, what's that? Takes away speed, resistance to projectiles. Well, since I'm not in multiplayer, that's not a huge deal. I can see how that would come in handy, though, if you had some asshats on an online server. I don't want those shoes. I want speed. Speed is what is important. And from what they were saying, there was supposed to be some special spawns in here, but so far, I think I've been through the whole cabin now. I have. Nothing. Some food, little hammer, little hatchet, 2 little hatchets. Other than that, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed now that I'm out in the middle of nowhere. And there's... And there's really no reason for me to stand out here. I could board it up, sure. But I guess there are some houses pretty close. I guess I could board it up and... Fuck. I still can't build a fence, though. But for the sake of being new and interesting, I think I will chop down some trees, board up this place, and then just maybe make salvage runs into this little area over here. You know, I really hope they implement a map system pretty soon that allows us to, you know, either map the area as we're running through it, or, you know, give us something we can alter, you know, so we can mark off houses that are on the map that we might have already visited and such, and, you know, something that's a little bit better than nothing, I guess. But, you know, that's probably a beta, might even be a wait till release thing, and that's fine. It's just that stuff like that, people are going to want it. You know, you don't want to wander around aimlessly. If your buddy and you get separated, you don't want to have to... You don't want to have to try and coordinate through some inconvenient means to, you know, to get back together. And I can see not having a map being very inconvenient. You know, look at Daisy sometimes. I mean, with procedural generation, every single one of these cities, for the most part, not always going to be the case, but for the most part, is going to look the same. Going to be some color differences. There might be a water tower in a different place, but with procedural generation, when you look out there, it's going to look like just about every other development, with the exception of those that have something special, like maybe a big office complex, or say you know, a prison. A prison would be a very big dead giveaway that this is a different area you're in. So, with the exception of those, most of these places are going to look the same. I guess to get back to the original point, a map would be nice. Not necessary. Daisy does it just fine without a map. But it would be nice. I still can't believe that this is a one-shot rifle with 22 ammo. Has anybody ever seen, gun owners out there, have you ever bought a gun that you had 1 round capacity in the chamber and it was a 22 rifle? I've never seen it. But it could just be a placeholder. Who knows? I want to get this straight. I want to look at looking like a professional lives in this household. Shit. Jesus, they're just coming out of the woodwork. I didn't think I saw that many running through the woods, but apparently there was more in there than I thought. And I like it. Running through the wooded areas should not be a walk in the park. You know, just because you're away from civilization does not mean that you should be safe. Especially once animals get put in. You know, I think they said that hunting was going to be a feature in the next patch. Hopefully that would mean that, you know, actually taking the meat from the killed, you know, dead animal is also an option. It'd be weird if they implemented one without the other. But, you know, I guess they could. Let's see this zombie walking up on me here. Jesus, chop tree. You know, maybe this rifle is just louder than I actually think it is, and that's why I'm attracting so many of these wonderful locals. Well, you know, it's always nice to meet new people. Whoa! 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 Oh! What the fuck was that? Apparently if you pick up one of these long, wide boards and you walk over a 2x4, you, gain the ability to fly? I don't know. That was weird. I just hope I don't die because of that. I gotta say, I'd be a little upset. Not as heartbroken as if I had lost my backpack, though. That would have been a real shame. Alright, so I can't imagine there's very many more windows on this place. Maybe 2 or 3. So it really wasn't that big of a cabin, so... No, but apparently it has a lot of windows. Maybe this piece of wood isn't gonna fit over the whole window. Doesn't look like it is. It's gonna go there anyways. Well, I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and watch me board up the other window. I'm not gonna make you sit here and say, God, when is he gonna go and find a hammer and build a fence and all that. So what I will leave you with is I'm going to finish boarding this up. Then I'm going to come back to you with another video. And then we're going to go into the city and hopefully, God, I hope we can find a sledgehammer. And then we can build ourselves a nice little zombie fence around this. Maybe gather some up in another little area and start a little ranch, a zombie ranch. I don't know what it would be good for. Probably nothing. But the point is that once we get the sledgehammer, we can do it. So, I will see you next time, and this has been Skitterin with episode 7 of the Dead Linger, Alpha Build 009C, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. See ya.